What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday, and welcome to another exclusive edition of Transcending The Culture. I am one half of the dynamic duo. It's your boy, James. We are here with my road dog, with the beautiful, the ever so lovely Cat Queen. What's up, Cat?
What's up, James? I'm so excited to be here.
Listen, this has been a really amazing week. Obviously yesterday, we had, yesterday was really, really huge. We had a great conversation here, Transcending the Culture, actually at noon yesterday. So that was way off the schedule, way out of the frame, but it was really, really, really dope. Shout out to our guests who were on yesterday. Make sure that you guys definitely go back to the channel and check that out. Very, very, very good conversation. Hate it if you guys missed it, but there were a lot of people in there. We had a lot of really good comments. But listen, today is equally amazing, if not even better. So, we have been talking really for the last several days about, the production of Dennis Williams's production of I've Cried the Blues. And, we talked about, the potential. We were kind of in talks to have some of the cast here on the show. So excitingly enough, we actually have all of the main cast here on the show. As of 20 minutes ago, that was confirmed. We got everybody here in the building with us. We actually go ahead and get right into it because I know it's going to be a really lengthy and really deep conversation, but you're definitely going to get a chance to learn a lot about this production, and I'm glad that you guys are here. So, you got anything before we get started, Kat?
Nope, I'm just ready to get our guest up here.
Listen, make sure that you guys are checking out our social media too, because Kat and I have been posting all day long. Because, of course, Transcending The Culture is nominated as Podcast of the Year for the upcoming Legend Awards, which is happening on April 6th. 26th. We are the head of the red carpet, essentially. So we are pretty much the media point, the point of contact for all media with that event. So, again, I know that we have said on previous episodes, but if you are local media, you are looking to be involved with that, you want to get on the red carpet, make sure that you guys reach out to us. All of our information is on our socials, on our website as well. But that's going to be really, really huge. And now the podcast is nominated as Podcast of the Year. Also, Cat Queen, listen, she's being modest, but she is nominated as Host of the Year, for all of the amazing events that she has been hosting, which is equally amazing. So I'm excited for that. I'm happy for you, Kat. Super proud of you because you have done so much in this past year. And this is your first year of hosting.
This is my first year of hosting. I cannot believe that. To be nominated, what they say, it's just an honor to be nominated. I'm so excited. We're going to be doing a red carpet. I am confirmed as someone who is going to be involved in the hosting of the Legend Awards. So please make sure you get your tickets. And then also go to legendawards.com where you can vote for us. I am under Host of the Year, and we are under Podcast of the Year. So please vote every day. You can vote every day up until the event. So come on, Transcenders, get them fingers going.
Absolutely. And of course, we'll talk about it some more before we close out tonight. But once again, I just want to welcome everybody back to another powerful edition of Transcending the Culture. We are excited. Tonight, we are stepping into history, pain, resilience, and truth. Today, we are talking about the incredible stage production, I've Cried the Blues. There's a powerful story that is set in 1945 Little Rock that follows a woman determined to break free from the constraints of the segregated South. Now, while the story definitely does live in the past, its message is still speaking very, very loudly today. Now, when we talk about excellence on stage, this cast is right there, and we got some amazing people who you are getting ready to meet in just a few moments. This is absolutely next level. And that's what we are all about here at Transcending the Culture is
Hmm.
bringing next level content. So we are joined by the visionary behind the production. That is Mr. Dennis D. Will Williams, a creative force known for pushing boundaries and delivering stories that hit you right where it matters the most.
Hmm.
Alongside him, we have an incredible lineup. We have Candace Dillard Bassett, we have Daryl Walls, we have Karen Lynette, and we have
Mm.
let's see, yeah, Karen Lynette. Um, all of them are bringing the story to life in a way that's emotional. It is powerful and it is unforgettable. And let's not forget, the legacy of this production, which has previously featured powerhouse voices like Kiki Wyatt, Avery Sunshine. Like this is really, really amazing. This is something that I know that you all are going to be very excited to learn about. Hopefully you guys can actually get out and see this. But tonight, we are going to have a good conversation here. So we are diving into the heart of storytelling, the power of representation, and what it really means to rise above circumstances that were designed to hold you back. So sit back,
Mm.
listen, join in, and let's transcend the culture together. I want you to welcome our guest tonight. Once again, we have Daryl Walls, we have Dennis D. Will Williams, we have Karen Lynette, and we have Shale Purcell. I did not mention Shale Purcell before. And let's see, let's get everybody up on the screen. Hello, 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 hello.
Hey, 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 what's
Oh,
going on?
Listen, man,
what's
I
going on?
as I said before, we are extremely excited to have you all. I think that this is epic, it's monumental, it's definitely good for what we push here on the podcast, and we're glad to have you guys here. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Up at the top is Cat Queen, and actually, she's gonna get us started.
Just throw it on me. Now I am ready. I'm so excited. Um, okay, so I'm gonna ask a couple of questions. First, I want to talk to the creator. Um, can you just explain what this play is about? I know James kind of gave us the setting, but kind of what is the theme and why should people come see this play?
Yeah, so it's a musical set in the 1940s in Little Rock, Arkansas. And I really wanted to tell a story that was about the beauty of what struggle looks like and then what triumph looks like after the struggle. But I thought it was also really important to deliver a message that is familiar to us culturally, and recognizing and understanding where our ancestors come from, our grandparents, some of our parents, to also
Mm-hmm.
like not just show a reflection of what was, but what is today, and how these same things show up in the world that we live in, unfortunately. So while there has been a lot of forward movement, sometimes when a certain administration gets in place, there's always backward movement as well. But I also wanted to show that history does repeat itself, but because it repeats itself, it doesn't mean that we can't get around it again. Whether that's going over top of it, around it, we figured it out before, we'll do it again. And just culturally, specifically when it comes to us as Black people, the power and the strength that we have around us, surrounding us, and we get through everything. We always have and we always will.
Wow. That was actually going to be my next question with the climate of everything right now, politically going on, and then the struggles even within our own community. A lot of the facts and education and reading materials are not available in the classrooms anymore. So there are stories that are untold, even to
Mhm.
our own Black children.
Mhm.
How is this play using storytelling to keep that alive? Because at one point in time, plays were the only way that Black people were able to share news to each
Right.
other.
Yeah.
Traveling, from town to town, that was a way of telling what was going on, getting people rallied for different things. So, how important is plays and storytelling to keeping our community whole and educated?
It is another medium and form of storytelling that nobody can take away from us. It does not have to wait to be greenlit by somebody like films do. There is
Mhm.
no world where someone's going to come into the library and strip things and burn things down. And I
Mm,
love the simple fact
mm.
that I am able to bring together um, extremely talented, gifted individuals to share into the same space to deliver a message that literally that I've seen firsthand transform lives. It's something that from a media standpoint, like you said, like it lives on forever. It always has, and it always will. And I think
Mhm.
that, when it comes to like the world of, theater and Broadway, and it's just something about that interaction that you get with the audience when you get that real in the moment time where there is no cuts, there is no edits. As soon as the curtains open up, it is what it is until they close and fall. And it's just it's a blessing to be able to see and hear and feel the emotions from the audience, and you actually walk away seeing the tears in people's eyes. You see the joy on their faces.
Mm.
You see the smiles. You see a sense of belief being instilled back into them. Just like, the story carries a powerful message of like loss and resilience. People are going through that
Mm.
today, losing their jobs, losing family in war. There's so many different things
Yes.
that are happening. And
Mhm.
the story really takes shape around World War II, around segregation, around Jim Crow, and all these different things. And they're still relevant today,
Mm.
just in a different form that's being mentioned, but it still shows up the same way.
That's amazing. I think that is exactly what we need right now. Like you said, everyone is going through something. People are losing their homes, their jobs. People are losing even their dignity, their respect.
Absolutely.
Just based off the political climate and everything that's going on. So I want to thank you for doing that for the community and being one of our storytellers. That is something that is super important and we
Thank
need
you.
more of. I wanted to ask a question to the ladies. Um, in the cast. Um, I know that some of you talked about overcoming some things, domestic violence, Hurricane Katrina, and just really, I mean, as a woman, being a woman in this industry is hard enough. I want to know, how did overcoming the things in your past prepare you for this role and to be involved in this project?
Oh, Shell.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you all so much for having me. Thank you, Dennis Williams, for casting me with such an amazing cast. I am the Hurricane Katrina survivor,
I was gonna
and
say it looked like she might be having some
just
technical
I'm a new
difficulties.
grandmother. Y'all can't hear me?
We can now.
We can hear you. Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I was getting ready. I've been talking my head off. And so for me to be a part of this project, I mean, Dennis knew that I was a new grandmother, and just generationally right now, it just fits so perfectly with my role as the family matriarch. I play Karen's mom, and she has a beautiful daughter and two sons. And so to transition to a role that's just so married into my life, even with transitioning after the hurricane and being away from my family for years, to be from the South, because this story is kind of rooted with some racism and the things that just people would go through in living in the South. So just
Mhm.
honored to be on this journey with such an amazing cast. Each of us individually and collectively bring something so necessary to this piece.
Thank you so much for answering that. Miss Karen.
Yes, ma'am. I am Maryland born and raised, but of course, like many of us, Southern roots, with my father coming from rural Georgia. Growing up, hearing the stories of segregation, even into
Mm,
what was interesting was that he, like for instance, school for him, high school, still segregated until the 70s, into the
mm,
70s. So when we talk about us as a people in this country, the racism factor, and the fact that people pretend, or at least like to believe rather, that it was a long time ago.
mhm,
some of us were actually already walking the earth when the school was desegregated. So things of that nature. But I grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland. Went to a pretty diverse school, but still met with some of those things as a Black woman in this world. So fortunate to be a part of this amazing production and definitely tell this story because we have to keep these legacies alive for our young people. That's going away, as you stated before, with education and Black history not being taught in schools, the proper history. So yeah, hopefully more people will come out, see this performance, see this production rather, and take something home with them.
Thank you for answering that. And so for my last question, why is it so important for it to be located in Little Rock, Arkansas? Because we know, as history speaks for itself, that has been the cornerstone for a lot of things that happened within the civil rights movement. So why was that setting so important?
Yeah, so I'm a big I'm huge on authentic storytelling, and a lot of the storytelling that I do requires a lot of in-depth research. My family is from Arkansas, and that's where they rooted from. So I thought it was really important for me to understand not only where my family comes from, but where I come from and why my grandmother, for example, shows up the way that she did at 80,
Mhm,
90 years old before she passed away, and try to
mhm,
understand like what the world was like during that time and in that space of our lives. And I think that is really necessary and important because people don't really understand or hear a lot about those southern
mm,
states and Little Rock, Arkansas, and what happened around that time frame, uh, and all the things, the juke joint scenes, and the
mm,
power of music, and the coming together, and the craziness of was running through the Mississippi River, and all of the lives that were um, birthed and lost, around
mhm,
these staples in our lives. And I just wanted to tell a different story that wasn't so familiar with what we already hear and know about. We always hear and see stories based in Atlanta and LA and New York, but I really wanted to
mhm.
carry it down to the South to really give people a different depiction and understanding of what our culture is like, deeply rooted in the South.
Thank you. We've seen a lot of these types of settings in media as of late, especially with Sinners winning the Oscar and having the performance. And a lot of people, that was their first time being exposed to juke joints and the Deep
Yeah.
South and, Jim Crow and the sharecroppers. Like a lot of people don't
Yeah.
know about, after slavery, what happened after slavery. They think, it
Right.
just, oh, everything was kumbaya. We just went and got jobs and stuff. They don't even know about that part. So it's really great that that the younger people are actually getting interested in that. And that blues music is becoming one of the most popular music genres on the rise today. So I
Yeah.
really want to thank you guys for doing what you do. It's really important to our community. And some may say you guys are transcending the culture. Some may say that.
We've been hearing that since 2019. And thankfully we've had a lot of success with this show and challenges with it. Like this is the first.
Mm,
We've done many productions, right? Like under my company, we've done
mhm,
many productions, but this is the first on the scale that we have been doing it
mm,
at. And to really do something like this and to find your audience and to stay within that audience to see it
mhm,
grow. And it's been really important for me to keep my cast. Like I've literally had like the same cast.
Yeah.
Because like when we're doing something, like I look at things as like we're growing together. We started this,
mhm.
let's maneuver through this
Let's
together. So it's
finish
a
it.
beautiful thing
Mhm,
to be able to do that and continuously find new audiences. I'm really grateful for Anthony McDonald and the people over at New Haven Theater for seeing value into this story, seeing value into the partnership that we formed with them, and seeing value to even transcend to what is going to be even
mhm.
after this production. So
Wow, it's just amazing. My grandmother lived to be 100, so she was around before cars and before like a lot of different things, and that was my road dog. So I was forever hearing the stories of this and that in the South, and me and James is actually my cousin. This is my cousin. So our family was from Tennessee, James, down in
Yeah,
Tennessee, and
yeah, Henderson, Tennessee.
um yeah, so we have deep roots and we was hearing all those stories. So we are two people that are going to be continuing, fans, continuing letting people know about this play and keep watching everything you
Oh, so that
guys.
mean y'all coming in?
Listen, if James driving, I'm there. Listen,
Listen, if,
I'm the road.
if,
Oh,
if,
He the driver,
okay.
I'm the
if
road
only
dog.
you knew,
Okay.
man, I will pick up and drive in a heartbeat. Like I
Yes.
I just
grew
wanted to
up.
say it on live so everybody knows
Oh,
y'all
oh
coming
no,
in.
listen.
No,
I need to
listen.
have you talk to some people. And we're in Cleveland, mind you. I have driven to Houston and Dallas to go and cover plays and go see plays and whatnot. Like I will
All right.
absolutely hop in the car and drive. And I'll fly
It's
too.
nothing. And
But I
fly.
like to
It'll be
drive.
Listen.
worth your while for sure.
Listen, man, we absolutely. I think that productions like this are essential to the culture.
Hmm.
Like we're not seeing a lot of this, and I know Kat touched on how a lot of stuff just in the schools like is being taken out of the schools and out of the history books and that sort of thing. And it's imperative, for people to put on productions like this. I think that a lot of the things that you are covering in this piece, like the reality is, even in 2026, like to me, like we're still suffering from a whole lot of this stuff. And when you look at again the political
Mhm.
climate, all of the stuff that's going on, like we are seeing this stuff like with our very eyes that
Yeah.
that has gone on years ago. Like, what are your thoughts in terms of like today's climate, and do you feel like we're still fighting a lot of those same battles?
Absolutely. And it's addressed in the musical. And I think that when people come, not think, I know when they
Yeah,
come, they'll see a reflection of themselves and a reflection of the world that we're living in. But then I believe that it will also give them their own sense of belief and to know that despite what's happening today, we've seen it before.
yeah,
Evil, darkness never does win. And as long as you stay the course, the light will always shine. And I know that when people experience it, they'll walk away ex- having a very unforgettable moment. I believe that they will never forget witnessing and experiencing this production. I've seen it firsthand, I've heard it secondhand, and I know what happened for those third hand who have not seen it yet.
absolutely. Um, we definitely like to, of course, talk about elevation and growth and legacy here. In what ways, how has being a part of, obviously all of this that's going on in this production and everything, like, how do you feel like you've all been able to grow, from being a part of this production?
I'm gonna throw it over at Daryl.
Um, First of all, hey everybody. But for me, being a part of this cast has been very, very, very helpful. I think that everybody being so in tune with their characters and the people that they're playing has started conversations outside of this space into my personal space, from the LGBTQ plus community, from just generational curses and all of the different things that a lot of times we kind of just try to overlook. It has definitely seeped into conversations for me here at home with my friends or with family, and just really kind of having some conversations, specifically my grandparents. My grandfather died years ago, but me and my grandmother had a long conversation, and I just said, "What was it like?" She was born in 1942. What
Mhm.
was it like for you? I didn't know that my grandmother literally was still sharecropping and picking cotton, like you were saying, that she had a life. She's literally been able to see things literally become. from nothing, and having to adjust and readjust and pivot and become and change as well, while also raising kids and trying to make sure that they have what they need so that they can be successful, even more successful than she was after going to college and paying her way to college. And for her first freshman year, all she had was paydays and noodles. You know what I'm saying? And then putting her children through school so they can get what they need. And now here I am doing all of these things. I think that it is important that people see this play so that they can see themselves,
Yeah.
um, and allow this conversation that is happening, many of the conversations that are happening in this play, to
Yeah.
happen in your personal lives, because it will literally change some things and change your perspectives. And also, I do believe that if not, something's wrong with you. But I do believe that it will make you a little bit more sensitive and compassionate and understanding to the people around you.
Yeah.
Not just about race, but even in our race, to
Yeah.
just our fellow people, to be
Absolutely.
just a little bit more understanding and compassionate, because they may be mean, but you don't really know why. Or they may be a little weird, you don't know why. So for me, that is how this play has impacted me, and it has also given me a little bit of a charge to kind of start some more conversations and hold other people accountable in the most beautiful way, you know.
Yeah. Now, I think I love the fact that you speak on the conversations that you had, with your grandmother. I've had a lot of conversations with my grandmother. I know that Kat has had a lot of conversations with her grandmother. My grandmother was born in 1925, so she was peaking too. And when I was younger and she would talk about that stuff, I didn't necessarily know what to make of it. But then as I got older, it's like, what? And it was, I guess they never forget that, because I mean, my grandmother she may have been in her 70s, and she was, developing Alzheimer's, and her entire side of the family, she was one of 11. So they all had Alzheimer's. And as she got closer to the end, it's like, for all the stuff that she forgot and that she couldn't remember,
Yeah.
she remembered that stuff vividly. And she would talk about it, like, in the years kind of preceding, her passing and whatnot, she would talk
Yeah.
about it. And it's like we didn't know what to make of it, but at the same time, it's like, wow, like she can really remember that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I
Yeah.
appreciate you talking about that, because we all kind of have those situations, especially with our elders and whatnot.
Yeah, just realizing that even then they had a dream to be something different, be
Yeah.
better, have more, as we are all doing today. It might not look the same, but yeah, we're all trying to just be better, be ourselves, go get what we want. And there's a lot of systems and a lot of other things and people who are trying to come
Absolutely.
against that, saying, you
Absolutely.
can't, you won't, you shall not. Who do you think you are? And we have to continuously rise above that and prove to people and ourselves that we are worth having those things. It is
Absolutely.
worth it, and we
Yeah,
are worth it, and we are deserving.
absolutely.
Not because we're so special, but because we are. That's
Absolutely.
it. And this play
Yeah,
truly does tell the story of, I just deserve to have that because God made me. He created me. I
Period.
can have
Period.
it. That's just that.
that's right.
Period.
Period. We have a comment. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Good. I was just gonna, I can chime, I was just gonna chime in because the thing is, it brought me to chorus about the state of the Black family nowadays,
Oh.
and how we've become a little more disconnected. I too, just like you, Kat, had a great relationship with my great grandmother who was born 1913, and she lived to be 100, so she passed in 2013. And being in awe of her story, seeing through transition through time, even up to seeing President Barack Obama get to the White House. But again, back to the Black family and how we've become a little disconnected. And I think even through this story, it shows even through adversity, we were still connected. We had our
Yeah.
ups and downs and trials and tribulations, but it was still family.
And I think that's an interesting point too, because while let's talk about the trauma aspect behind it, right? While we talk about the importance of legacy and family and continuously carrying on our stories, because our grandparents and great grandparents went through what they did, naturally there's a trauma thing that blocks out certain things that happen where they don't even want to talk about their past. So now we are the ones responsible for asking them questions while they're still here, and we're fortunate to have them still here. And that's where these authentic stories are then able to come from. Because if we allow life to pass by and we lose what Karen is saying, that family connection, and we aren't asking our parents and our grandparents their question, what was their upbringing, their challenges, their beauty in life, how can we then sit down with our offsprings and one day tell the story? How can we sit down with the world to then write a powerful musical to tell them this is authentically what experiences of the Black community look like? So just as important as it is to tell these stories, as a unit, as a culture, it's just as important for us to talk to our older generations about what it is they actually experience. We can have an understanding too of where they come from and where we come from, because the way that we show up truly is a reflection of how they show up as well, and we might not even connect the dots and realize that often.
Wow. That's truly amazing. I think I agree with both of you guys on that. There's a lot of people that aren't interested in the past, and they just, I want to move forward and stuff like that. But history repeats itself.
Yeah, it
And
repeats.
whatever you don't learn from someone else, you will learn yourself. And it's
Mhm.
better to learn from someone else's mistakes than your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a comment that says, this play sounds like it will be amazing and opens up an important conversation in families and bring them closer. Absolutely. It is just amazing. And like you said, my grandmother was around it was my great grandmother, so she was around the same age. And for her to go from a place where you couldn't see Black people in important positions to literally seeing the president, like that was crazy. And my sister and my mom were able to go to the inauguration, and they were on the news, and they gave my grandma a shout out, and she about passed out. So
Mhm.
it's just it's life is really what Mufasa say, circle of life. It's a
It
circle,
is.
and it's, if you the biggest person down to the smallest person, we all have an important part to play, and you never know how big your role truly will be. I
I want
know.
to just say one thing, if you don't mind, about
Yes.
Miss Kathy's comment. And she is, can you pull it back up for a second, if you don't mind?
Yes.
This place sounds like it would be amazing, open to important conversation. Yes. Okay. So I want to address this because she's spot on. When we ran it in 2025 October, at the after event that we had in celebration, someone came up to me and he said, "Can I speak to you for a second? I know you're celebrating and I don't want to make this a happy moment." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What's up?" So he says, "I've had a challenging relationship with my grandmother when I came out to her to tell her who I am as a young Black male and me being gay." And he said there was a strain in their relationship for years. And this musical came up. He brought her to the musical as well as his mother, not knowing anything about the themes of the musical. And during intermission, he said they went to the bar area to get some refreshment and snacks. And his grandmother grabbed his hand and looked at him with tears in her eyes, and she said, "I'm sorry." And he said this musical was their first connection point to
Mm-hmm.
them bridging their relationship back
Yeah.
to what it was. And he said, "I just
Mm-hmm.
want to say thank you." So to me, and based on what Miss Kathy said, this is what this
Mm-hmm.
is about. It does bridge things with families. It does help you to understand, to see the world that we're living in. And going back to the our prior generations, the way that they viewed life, sexuality, all of
Mm-hmm.
these fluid things or lack
Yeah.
thereof, like so much in life hasn't changed. It's always been there. It's just now
Mm-hmm.
we're just living in different times. So to allow a musical like this to see these characters portray such a powerful message in various themes, that's just a prime example of what it means to create something for many cultures. I mean, it is a cultural moment for us that I was intentional about writing about, but I also
Mm-hmm.
wanted other people to have insight into what we experience, what we go through, and I also want people to understand that we are all so much more alike than we are different. This is not a Black
Mm-hmm.
situation. This is a life situation, and anybody could have came and saw that and walked away with a different feeling. So I will say that if you come open-hearted, open-minded, that you will walk away with feeling a bit different and renewed.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of the struggles that we saw during the civil rights era is some things that we see a lot of the LGBT community going through right now. And a lot of other communities. I mean, a lot of communities are being stifled. We have look at the our our Hispanic citizens going through it, and it's just like the civil rights movement opened the door to other movements. And
Mm-hmm.
so when, like you said, when you look at what you're trying to do, you need to look at the past to see the people that came before, so that can bridge the gap. I definitely see the parallels in that.
Yeah.
James.
Now, I think it's, really a lot of what Kat was saying, but, specifically, even when you speak on the LGBTQ community, like, this is like, it's necessary. Like,
Hmm.
this is absolutely necessary. And I'm of the community. I came out in 2018, and like something like this, like, while I did not, I guess, experience, I guess, kind of the quote unquote stifling and kind of, being pushed off by family and that sort of thing. I don't think that I went through a lot of like a lot of the things that a lot of other people go through. But I still
Mm-hmm.
think that something like this would have been good for even my mother, who I think that the reality of it is she still doesn't really she still don't understand. And it's,
Yeah.
I mean, she's good. We're good. I mean, we're like as close as we could ever be. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is the type of stuff that we need. Like, I appreciate
Hmm.
you guys for pulling this together. And obviously that's not what it's all about. But I still appreciate what you are doing and what you are able to do as a unit. I'm really interested in knowing, Dennis, like, how did you go about pulling the cast together for this project?
I gotta speak on Karen first. So this was let me tell you how you gotta go with your gut feeling on some things, okay? So when I first met Karen in particular, I said to myself, I think I wrote this in 2016. And I was just at this open mic night when I lived in DC at the time. I live in LA now. But at the time there was this Thursday Night Bliss that was going on by Shawn Michaels. It was a great event. I used to look forward to it every Thursday. I mean, it was a vibe, okay? And I'm sitting over there running my mouth like I normally am, and I just hear somebody singing. I'm like, who that? So they said, oh yeah, that's Karen Lynette. I said, I ain't never heard of no Karen Lynette, but let me go talk to her real quick. I downed my champagne and said, let me go talk to Karen. So I said, Miss Karen, have you ever been in a musical or play before? I forgot what her answer was. I think you said no, right? She said no. I said, look, we're having auditions that was either this Saturday or next Saturday at the Anacostia Playhouse. I said, I need you to come and audition. And she came audition and she tore the house down. But when it came to her lines in the script, my team was like, oh, excuse my language. They were like, oh, fuck no, hell no. I said, no, 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 no. I said, I align with y'all on a lot of things, and I wanted y'all to have an equal voice in all of how we go about casting. However, I said, there's something in my gut that I gotta trump y'all with this one on. I said, that is our lead. I said, I'm going to give her a call and I'm going to be very transparent with her. I said, but she is our lead. I just feel it in my spirit. I got to go with her. And they was like, you sure about that? I'm like, I'm sure. So I called Karen the next day and I said, I want to be very transparent with you. Everybody said no. I said, but I said yes. So when you come to your first day of rehearsal, show up and show out.
Show out.
Don't embarrass us, me and you.
All you
She
need is one. All you
came
need is one yes.
and she showed up and she's been showing out since then.
That's
And I'm
amazing.
glad that I
That's
followed
great.
my gut. Um,
Hmm.
She was incredible.
everybody, everybody else auditioned. Daryl handpicked like somebody. Samuel Tatum at Radio One. I was casting for the role of Joe, and I was like, okay, I need to find me another Joe. I don't feel like going through the whole casting process, but like, I need somebody that's just really, really strong and good. He was like, what about Daryl Walls? And I was like, you know what? Yeah. What about Daryl Walls? So it was a match. It wound up working out. Candace, her and I went to Howard together, so we known each other for quite a long time. We ran the initial production. Kiki Wyatt and Avery Sunshine were a part of it, but I wanted to like twist things up and change it up a bit, and because that was the first production, I wanted to fill it out, and I thought it was just like great timing for Candace. I think Real Housewives of Potomac was doing a wonderful thing for her. I knew she was going to Traders next. She always wanted to go into the direction of theater and Broadway, and it just so happens that this show positioned us to go to pre-Broadway to have the right people come out to even experience what's about to happen, which is a potential strong segue into the direction of Broadway for all of us. So it's just all worked. I think that it was all just alignment, and it was a combination of listening, trusting, and believing in the process.
And I so appreciate that, Dennis, because I mean, I'd done a couple of productions prior to, just two. And then, and the interesting thing was, and I told Dennis this, that I did leave that audition. I knew I didn't do my best and I was feeling defeated. And I was like, oh, I was good and terrible, not a singing piece of things. I couldn't get those memory lines down. I couldn't get them. I could. And so yeah, but yeah, it's been a blast.
What was your thought, Karen, when he told you? Everybody said no. I said yes.
I anticipated. I was surprised to hear from him. I was like, what's up? So when he said that, if my team said no, I was like, well, I figured that. Like I said, I walked out the door already knowing they were gonna give me the boot because I couldn't remember those daggone lines. But I was like singing for me that's secondhand. No, that's nothing.
Right.
But the acting piece, like the memorization, I was like, oh my goodness. So I was very elated, and I said, I know I have the stuff to do the job.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the audition process for me. That's a whole nother talk show. So
Yes, it could be difficult. And see, I got ADHD, so I don't be remembering nothing. They be like action. I be like
what? I mean, I
Wait a
drive on the fly. That's how I do. I drive on the fly. So the thing is, but when it's something that's pre-planned, I'm like, ooh. So yeah.
Yeah, I had an experience like that. My last audition, I didn't know it was a chemistry test with the male lead. So I'm coming in there like, oh, I'm just about to do my lines. Here come tall, dark, and handsome out this corner, like, oh, hello. I was like, what was my line? Hold on. I need some cue cards or something. So I definitely can understand that.
Yes.
So what do you do when in the plays are live? There is no cut. There is no, oh, wait, we'll be right back. What do y'all do when something happens and someone forgets a line or somebody trip or a prop goes missing or something? What do you guys do? How do you guys
improv? You just got to keep going.
Keep going.
You cannot stop. What would you do in real life? You just
yeah.
But the beautiful thing about this cast for me is because they were rehearsing for months, right? I came in 2 days before and was like, what? Like, so I had been studying my lines, I knew my lines, and they was like, all right, you're gonna be doing this, you're gonna be doing this, you're gonna be doing that, you're gonna be doing this, and you're gonna dance. I said, hey. Somebody gonna have to come talk to me because what you talking about? But what I love is that everybody is so well oiled, right? That even if somebody has a bad day, everybody's kind of in tune enough to know exactly what's going on. So we be like, hey, I got you. You're not gonna be by yourself, or whatever the case may be. But if you miss a line, somebody will just jump it. You know what I'm saying? It's just okay. We know where we're going. We know what the direction is. We know exactly what the goal of this scene or this moment is. We got it. We got this. Come on. I'm gonna remind you where we got to go. That's what I love. That's what's beautiful about teamwork and having a cast of people who are fully equipped and prepared and also talented. I think that's really, really dope. Everybody has a bad moment, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to have people you can say, it's all right. I was yesterday. Okay.
And everybody genuinely gets along. So it's the environment itself is just a beautiful environment. Like we all got each other. And it's none of the I don't want to work with this person. it's easy to come together. It's easy to understand what's happening. If you remember your first line and your last line, they know where to pick up at. And the good thing about it is the audience don't know. The only way the audience gonna know is if you fumble. So if
Is
you
if
keep going,
you
the audience don't know what's happening.
Perfect. Yeah. Because y'all be like, I did wrong. I'd be like, oh, that was such a great show. I don't, you'll be like, I missed 6 lines. We don't know. As long as I'm entertained, hey.
Yeah.
And it's always great to be entertained and educated. I think that is one thing that that makes this different. It's not just we're doing it just to get you to 2 hours to make you laugh or whatever. You're really doing something that I can feel the love from all of you guys and everything you put into it. So thank you so much for everything you guys do and
Thank you.
everything you will continue to do. We will always sing your praises and anything that you guys have going on. You are welcome to come on the show and tell your good cousins about it.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Right. Because y'all are cousins now. Like it or not, y'all are cousins. Y'all are family now. We're gonna be claiming y'all. So when we post it and we tag you, don't.
I was like, that's my cousin, right? Yeah. On my other cousin side, yeah.
No, I think
That's funny.
I think it's really dope. I think everything that you all have said. I think it really just aligns with the power of a good cast, and realistically, that goes back to you, Dennis. Like it takes a lot to pull together this type of magic.
Who you telling?
Everybody can off of each other. Everybody can really work together. Like I think of the Tyler Perry's, who it seemed like everybody that he cast in all of his shows is just like, damn, where do you get these people? Like these people are good. Like I think it's really amazing. I was gonna ask you, because you've been doing it for a while now. Obviously you've done so many shows. How does the storyline evolve? Kind of like as time goes by and the years go by, that you are doing this production. How has the story evolved or changed in any way, or does it?
So I think more importantly in that the cast evolves. I think that they start to understand their characters more. I think they can dig deeper into the story the more and more that the performance is going on. Because the story is kind of fixed. Like there are certain things that will like change up and, blocking might be a little different or a line might be changed here and there, but the story itself has been a story itself is like if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. The message has been the same, the message is carried on. But what I've seen firsthand with the cast, because it has been the same cast, I've seen how they have grown and developed from musically, their voices, their acting and all that. So that's what really carries the power and the strength of the story. So yes, I can pick up a pen or go on Final Draft and write a good story all day long, but it truly is the casting process and the people who are bringing out the best in that character, which really helps to drive the message in the story. So that's how it unfolds time and time again. Best.
Got you. Well, yeah. I am mad appreciative, to you. Number one, for putting this together and for bringing this together, but when I think of everybody who has been here on the stream today, I was like, I don't know when I'm ever going to talk to these people like the Daryl Walls and the Nets. I'm like, how am I going to ever get these people on the show or on the podcast? Like, what reason would they have to come on? So, like, you gave them a reason to come here.
We were so excited. He let me know. I'm like, yes.
I'm happy to hear that.
Come on, full cast and crew. Come on.
I mean, like, not just obviously we love doing this podcast, but media, like when you think of, growing up and the stuff that you want to do, like this is what I wanted to do, like growing up and in high school and coming out of high school. So, I've worked with the BETs and the Radio Ones and that sort of thing, but I don't know, I had this brainiac idea to kind of start my own platform back in 2001. And
good for you.
I've been doing it since then. So
good
like
for you for doing it.
To be able to connect with you and to be able to connect with all of you, like is super, super amazing. Like when the publicist emailed me yesterday, and she emails me about a lot of stuff, but when she emailed me, I'm like, it's done. Like let's do it. I
appreciate y'all. No, really, I appreciate your platform. I am proud to hear that you followed your own dream to do your own thing. The presentation is great. I love this.
Thank
We've
you.
done quite a few podcasts and been on other
We try to keep
Clubhouse
it simple,
stations, but
man. Like
it's cool. It's cool. I
I,
appreciate it.
I know so many people have all the bells and whistles and they have this and they have that and all the different transitions and whatnot. And I'm just like, maybe because I'm 49, I'm just like, I don't need to see all that. I just need the simplicity. I need to be able to get the story, the real deal, the authenticity. We appreciate you. Like, we handpick everybody that comes on this podcast. So, from the top to the bottom, from the biggest to the small, like, we don't just bring everybody on the podcast just for the sake of having a guest.
For sure.
So,
we appreciate
when
it.
it came up, absolutely, we said we gotta have them on the podcast. So I appreciate you all for coming on. How do we see it? Where do we go to see it? Where I gotta drive to?
Yeah, so we are going to be at the Schubert Theater in New Haven. It's schubert.com to get tickets. It is a 3-tier theater. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful space. It's going to blow your mind. This is a pre-Broadway theater. So if you think about every show that goes to Broadway has to travel through this theater. And I'm talking about Tina. I'm talking about The Wiz. I'm talking about The Temptations. Like, all of the things that y'all see on Broadway goes through this path. And I'm so proud that I've Cried the Blues is going through this path at our third show. It is very hard to launch a new IP. For something that the world has not seen yet, but importantly, to allow others to see something in it for them to bring it along. So if it wasn't for our partnerships and relationships that are being formed, we wouldn't be there either. So I definitely want to just say again that I'm appreciative of the partnerships. But Schubert.com, get your tickets. It is going to be absolutely incredible. It is a top tier show. So there's top tier ticket prices. And if you can't afford that, there's some in the back at the top for $25. It ain't no excuse. Get your tickets, come out, Schubert.com, or you can go on Ticketmaster to check out our incredible reviews of the production. It is truly a life-changing musical that you do not want to miss, because we are popping up right now, and I don't know where we're popping up at next. Don't miss it.
Listen, man, I'm looking forward to getting out somewhere to see it. So if I can come there, I got a Frontier pass. I'll fly to New Haven. So
come there. You gotta come.
Frontier.
Just bring a carry-on, get off the plane, come right in, and then fly back if you got to.
Man, my flight ain't but $15, so I ain't got no excuse.
Ain't no excuse.
Let's see, that's a shorter drive to Connecticut than Texas. So.
Yeah,
Right.
probably. I was gonna say, how long is it of a drive? Is it, what is it? Maybe probably 11 or 12 hours from Ohio or Cleveland.
Ooh. Yo, you're talking Ohio. Yeah, I'm not sure.
She said, "Ooh, never mind."
Just catch a flight.
We believe in you. We believe in you. You can make the drive.
Listen, I can make it happen. I'm gonna catch that flight. I don't feel like driving.
It's gonna be great.
I did the drive to Texas, and I said I will never do it again. Like, that was crazy. Thing is, it snowed the entire way. I don't know. I said that's my luck. I don't know what I did wrong, but it was already snowing in Cleveland. It snowed through Columbus, through Kentucky, through Tennessee, and everywhere, Arkansas.
Well,
and we got
look,
Texas.
if y'all come to the show, that's when we need to circle back and then do a recap after you've seen it. Then we can have a real deep conversation about what you experienced.
Absolutely. I'm gonna actually schedule that, and I'm gonna get down there and actually see the show. What are the dates for the show, or when is it going on?
It's April, May 2nd, Saturday, May 2nd. It's a one-time show, so you gotta come and get it in May 2nd.
One night only.
Yeah. One night
got
only.
going on. Okay.
One night only.
One night only.
Yes.
Well, listen, we appreciate you. We appreciate you all. Any type of final words, and actually before that, social media. Like, where can everybody, obviously pull this up, keep up with you two also?
Yeah, go ahead, Karen. You can go first.
Well, Karen Lynette, Karen, and Lynette is Linette. So KarenLynette.com is my website. And Karen Lynette across all socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. That's about it. Yeah, come find me.
Okay.
Yep. Then the production itself, y'all can go to I'veCriedTheBlues.com. And my handles is Dennis Creates. Dennis CRE, the number 8 TS. Dennis Creates, because that's what I do. I create magic. So
I love that. I
all
was,
platforms.
anytime we bring anybody on, we start searching and trying to pull them up on social media, and I'm like, this dude ain't coming up. And then I did a Google search, and I'm like, oh, Dennis Create. Okay, there we go. So no,
and then the play has
cool.
its own Instagram as well, correct?
Yep, I've cried the blues on all
I've Cried the
platforms.
Blues on all platforms.
Yep,
Okay, gotcha.
IBE, I've cried the blues on all platforms. That's right. Yep.
Okay.
And then any kind of final words or anything like that?
Final words. I just want to say I appreciate y'all for having us on. I appreciate all the viewers for watching. If you can make it out to the musical, absolutely do. I guarantee you will brag about your experience. And if you bring someone with you, it'll be a moment that you all will never forget and share in together collectively. So don't miss it. It is a very life-changing musical. There's power in storytelling, and you will be transformed. I promise you that.
Awesome. Well, thank you both. Thank you to everybody who was on the show. I know they dropped off, but I appreciate all of you for coming on. Hopefully we can get you all back on again. I'm gonna figure this out, and we're gonna get down there to see that show.
All right. We'll see you soon then.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
All right. Thank y'all.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Thank you.
Cat. I think that was really, really dope. I'm always excited about everybody that we bring onto the podcast, but this I was really anticipating once we actually got it confirmed and everything. I said, okay, I definitely want to get this done. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm really into history. I'm always watching some kind of historical something or another. So this is, right down my up alley. Especially, Sinner's my favorite movie. So I've been going and watching all these juke joint movies, and because I don't know, it's really something that's been resonated with me as of late. So for sure, and I just watched a special about the what was it, the Little Rock Nine?
Okay,
The when they desegregated the schools and he was the first kids, so that's why I was like, ooh. That 10 years before that even happened. So
yeah.
I know it'll be super interesting. So you guys definitely try to get you some tickets if you can.
Yeah. No, I think it was really dope having them on. I love that it's situated in Little Rock. Because like you said, a lot of history. Yeah, definitely a lot of history. And like pieces like this are really good just because of where the times are and how they're like really trying to erase the history and the knowledge of it.
I mean, they literally the Supreme Court just ruled that Donald Trump had to put back a lot of the stuff in the civil rights museums and a lot of the civil rights displays that they have at the White House. Like he got rid of that stuff. And people sued because like, how can you get rid of stuff that has been for 50 plus years there?
Yeah.
Like that is just really erasing our history, saying what kids can't. Do you know they're banning words? They're banning slavery. They're banning the word slavery. The word segregation are getting banned. Kids are not even. They're not even going to have the vernacular to explain these situations, let alone know what happened. So it's stuff like this, and that, like they said, it's so important for us, especially the ones that are working in entertainment and media, to keep these stories alive and to educate. Not only entertain but educate. So I think this is a great play, and I'm excited to see what happens with it.
Absolutely, I'm proud of us, for having this type of content on the podcast. I think it absolutely is what separates us from the rest. I think that it has a lot to do with us being nominated for Podcast of the Year. You knew I was going to slip that back in there. But
Podcast of the Year. And as you guys notice, anybody that watches the interviews, you guys knows the people that we interview always seem to compliment a little bit of our skills. So there's a reason why we are nominated.
Listen, there is absolutely a reason. And, I just want to be able to show, because it's a lot of people coming behind us who want to do this, and they don't get the opportunities. They like it's especially us, like they don't get the opportunities to do it. And should they get in, that they are led to believe that they got to do it a certain way, and they got to be salacious, and they got to have all the craziness and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm here to tell people, like, you could do you. Like, you can do you. You could be as simplistic and plain as you want to be. And as long as you are authentic and, you know, people can feel you, and like, you'll do good. You will really do good. It's nothing wrong with building an organic following, is what I was trying to say. It's nothing wrong with doing that. And you have a lot of people, you know, they start these podcasts and immediately out the gate, it looks to everybody like they got millions and millions of followers. And it's just not true. It's just not true. Like, people are buying these followers.
They're buying followers, they're buying pages.
Yeah. And
That's a big thing on TikTok right now, that people are you know, buying these pages, and then the people that are following them are upset because they're like, this is not what I signed up for. This is not who I followed. So yeah, it's really important to you know, for us to keep doing what we're doing. But let's move on to a little bit of
absolutely.
Check out your tongue.
Absolutely.
So we have a couple stories coming out. This week has been crazy. Let's talk about some of the, before we get into the bang bang shoot 'em up. So this week, as you guys know, Toni Braxton is on her tour, which has been getting amazing reviews. She's been looking good. She's been feeling good. She has had a lot of guest stars come out. She had Kayla Nicole, who is Taylor Swift's boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. She had dressed like Toni Braxton for Halloween, and did the "He Wasn't Man Enough for Me" video. So she came out in her little shimmy and did her little dance, because you know Toni is really particular about the people that come out and do that shimmy to that dance, especially with that outfit. But honey, we had somebody that we wasn't expecting coming out this week, and it was none other than the oldest Braxton.
She's a thickie.
Tawanda was looking like a thick old Milky Way something. She was looking something chocolatey, smooth.
I was like, she been eating.
She been eating. She seemed to like. I ain't trying to weight train.
I mean, she didn't look bad.
It seemed like but it's like she just had got married and she wasn't that big. But you know what they say, that sometimes it's that happy way. You know, you get in a relationship, you happy, you eating. You know, she probably did her honeymoon thing, but she was super thicker than I've ever seen her. Because at first, you want to know something? Not gonna lie, on Everything I Love, when I first looked at it, before I kind of caught the bald head, I kind of thought it was Tracy. I'm like,
I knew it was her because her hair is cut off. So I knew it was her.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. But like at first glance before that, because I had first seen, like, she had just came out of the, you know, the back. And I was like, Tracy, because you know, one time Tracy did that and Toni was pissed. Toni was mad. But this time she was real happy. She was surprised. She welcomed her with open arms. And you know, they used to do the backup dancing and singing for Toni, so they know all the moves and they know all the, you know, so it was real cool, you know, to see the sisters together.
I think that, like, her, I don't think that, and maybe it's because maybe it's because I didn't really see any of her, like, her earlier performances or like her concerts and performances, like, throughout the years. Like, I've only recently been seeing her perform live. So I don't know if the way she performs now, if it is just how she performs, or if it has changed kind of because of the lupus and like her sickness and all of that stuff. Like, I've been feeling like it's a little lackluster, but maybe that's how she's always performed or whatever, because like she don't really hit the high notes or anything like that. And then, you know, I think that was probably the biggest thing, was that she don't really hit the high notes. Like, sometimes it's like, what is she saying or whatever, or you can't really understand what the hell she's saying or whatever, because she I'm like, I don't know. So maybe that's how she's always performed or whatever. I mean, I think definitely she got the moves. I do think that the New Edition concert, I think it was good for her, because, and I really wish that a lot of tours or concerts, like when there's multiple people or there's like 3 headlining acts or whatever, I wish that they would kind of work together a little bit better to blend their shows the way that New Edition did with this concert, or at least Well, I'll say the way that they did with this concert, but then definitely like I don't know if you've seen the show, but when they come out, like they're doing like maybe a 10-minute number that all of them are on. They all have verses and vocals and all of that stuff. So it's a song that they all perform together. So it's like New Edition comes out and kind of, do their little thing or whatever. They open the song up or whatever, and then, as they get to one of the bridges or whatever, and then Tony Braxton comes up out of the floor, and then and dancing and all of that stuff. And then, when the screen turns or whatever, or she starts moving around, Boys to Men pop up out of the floor, and then she'll go down or whatever. So then it's just New Edition and his voice. Like you could tell that somebody choreographed that, and they set that up just for the way that they were doing this show. And I wish that a lot of other concerts would kind of do it that way. Like I'm wondering if. And I halfway don't even care now because of the chili stuff or whatever. But I was gonna say, I wonder if in Vogue, Salt and Pepper, and TLC was gonna do something. And I did see that, if nothing else, they were kind of blending their songs together or whatever, and performing it all together on the stage or whatever. But I'm 9 times out of 10 not gonna be at that show now anyway. But
I might be in that pavilion. I ain't gonna cap. I might be in the.
I don't know. I
might
know.
be there. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm debating.
Debating. I really, really love. I really love TLC. Maybe it'd be interesting if they did maybe like Salt and Pepper. Maybe they should rap like one of Left Eye verses or something, because they seem to.
Well, what's her name did? They performed on something maybe a couple of weeks ago, and Salt did Left Eye's verse on.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Waterfalls.
Okay, so that would be a good way to kind of segue and bring that together. I saw that they had been active on social media and like asking people like about what should our set list be, like what's your dream set list
when they asked.
They said, girl, shut the heck up, we still mad at y'all. That's what I seen people saying, like, did you think we forgot? Like, girl, that was last week, honey. That wasn't that long ago. So it was like they had to kind of shut the comments off on on the post because they didn't get the feedback that they thought. So I'm just not sure how they're gonna play this. The money's spent, so it ain't like they could cancel. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but I might just be there with my shades on. Hopefully nobody see me. Because you know what? This what I gotta say too. Because everybody so in Sexy We Trust. Sexy Red, Sexy Red. Sexy Red, one of the biggest Trump supporters.
Yep.
One of the biggest. She performed.
Well, don't say everybody, because I wasn't. So
I'm not talking about you, James. We know. You know I ain't talking about you.
Listen, I'm like her, Chili, Ice Cube.
But I mean, it's so many that people literally just let get a pass because say, "Oh, Sexy Red got a hood pass or whatever." But it's like she performed at the secretary's wedding. Like she's deep in it, and so it's just like, how is she has one of the most? She has a #1 single out right now. She has a #1 single out right now as a big Trump supporter. But people mad at Chill. I think it's because. People expect more for certain people.
You know what I think it is?
What?
Her fan base. Her fan base.
They don't care.
Her fan base is too young, so they don't really give a fuck about politics. So they don't know.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Her fan base 9 times out of 10 ain't even vote, so they don't give a fuck.
You're right. You're right about that. And
I think that has a lot to do with it. A lot of the ones who continue to be successful. I mean, sans Snoop, but I think a lot of the ones who continue to be successful, like they're younger artists, and their fan base is, of the age where 9 times out of 10 they're not really pressed or give a fuck about politics anyway, and a lot of them ain't voting. So they don't give a shit. And in all honesty, I think that regardless of how it looked like, Nicki Minaj lost a bunch of her fans or whatever, she's still gonna sell millions. She's still gonna sell. She's still gonna sell. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, what can you say at this point?
On to the next one. So y'all know these YNs and OGs been fighting. The YNs been coming for the OGs next, okay?
Yeah.
This has just been crazy. So let's talk about Gucci Mane, y'all.
Yeah, what's the
Gucci
deal with that?
Mane.
Because I really don't know the whole story.
Okay, so Gucci Mane signed the rapper Pooh Shiesty.
Okay.
Pooh Shiesty just got out. He did a couple years and or however long and just got. He only been out a few months. I want to say 6, 8 months.
Okay.
And Gucci has him locked into a contract.
Okay.
He has a lot of people under contract that he signed, and a lot of them have either died, overdosed, um, they've had bad blood, bad business. So he doesn't have a good roster with his people under him. And they say that he doesn't, he's not moving the money fast enough. They're trying to put out music. He's not making moves. They can't reach him. So Pooh Shiesty had a lot of gripes with Gucci, especially when he got out. He felt like he should have just exploded and been, releasing music. And he said he wasn't able to because of the contract. So Pooh Shiesty, his dad, and a few associates allegedly went to the studio where Gucci Mane and some of his executives and studio engineers were, and they kidnapped them, which means they locked the doors. They came in with weapons, guns, and he made Gucci Mane sign a contract to let him out of his contract. That's what the whole thing was. How you about to make somebody sign a contract under duress?
Right.
It's beyond me. Y'all ain't even got no. Do y'all got who is the Oh my God, what is it called when the person come with the stamp? What is that called, James? I can't think of the word, but like y'all don't even have like this is not a real contract. Like you cannot point a gun at somebody and say, "Let me out my contract, bro."
Right.
So that's what he did. So he was with his father. His actual father went with him. He actually said his father was one of his first co-defendant. His first co-defendant was his father. So you
Okay.
could see what kind of family he grew up in. So they not only forced Gucci Mane to sign his contract, they also allegedly robbed everyone involved. And then they stole their chains,
Damn.
stole money, and then left the studio and then posted videos with the people's chains on Gucci's chain and money and stuff. So stupid. That is just terrible. So that's what happened. So this happened allegedly in January. Now I had heard about this then. It was a lot of rumblings in the industry and in the blogs about him robbing Gucci Mane or him having Gucci sign a contract. But I guess it took a while for them to gather all the evidence and talk to all the people, whatever, for them to arrest him. So they arrested Pooh Shiesty, his father, and then another associate. And the father was let out on bond. So the dad is out. Today, Pooh Shiesty went to court and he was denied bond because they said they fear that he's going to possibly retaliate against, Gucci Mane and the associates and things like that. And then I think his co-defendant also is still in prison because of the charges. So although no one was hurt, they claim that there may be video evidence that the studio had cameras at the studio. So and then also Pooh Shiesty had on an ankle monitor that placed him at the scene. So there are some things that are working in his favor, some things not working in his favor, because at the end of the day, everything is circumstantial. Like you can, it's his word against the people. They can say, oh, he did XYZ, unless they can really prove that. So it's really going to come down to what actual evidence they have. Now, we have seen documents where they claim Gucci Mane was a cooperative witness, that he gave accurate descriptions of everything that went on. And it's very interesting that Gucci has such a colorful background, criminal record himself. Like, this is the same Gucci Mane that, and this is not, I don't even have to say allegedly. This is the same Gucci Mane that went to jail for killing Young Jeezy's friend and burying his body. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then told Jeezy, go dig your homie up. That's what he told him. And the thing is,
I'm sorry.
and that's crazy. So they talking about the same Gucci talking about dig your dead homie up. They are claiming Gucci is snitching, y'all. They saying Gucci's a snitch. He snitched on Pooh Shiesty, and they said that the YNs are underestimating the OG's gangsters. So they're thinking that they can just handle the stuff in the streets. But Gucci, once you get to a certain level, I think they're just past those games. And like, I'm not gonna keep playing these little street games with you. And at the end of the day, the contract is still very much alive. So he is still to this day signed to Gucci. Gucci is going to be getting all kind of royalties off of whatever he does. So now all you did was put yourself in legal trouble. It's just a dang on shame. Hey, Reese. Hey, girl.
Hey, Reese.
Yes, they said Gucci was snitching, y'all. Oh, we have a comment. Ty said, already casted my vote. I just love the diversity of this show. You guys always talk about all the things. Thank you so
thank you.
much. Yes, we are excited, y'all. Do not forget to hey family. Reese was one of the winners last year at the Legend Awards. So this year we are nominated for Podcast of the Year, and I'm nominated for Host of the Year. So you guys, we are going to keep dropping that. Make sure y'all go to legendwords.com and vote for us. You can vote every 24 hours. So let's talk about the next shoot 'em, bang 'em, bang bang, shoot 'em ups.
What you talking about, Offset?
Offset, yes.
Yeah.
Offset is upset, y'all. He's pissed. Okay. It has said, and somebody said, don't play with Cardi B, because it seemed like everybody that play with Cardi B, they get the one baby dad, Stephon Diggs, in court right now over something else. Like it's like all the baby dads playing, and I don't know what kind of, but she must know somebody in New Orleans or something. Somebody putting some voodoo on them.
I don't know.
She said, I'm voting and telling everyone, yay, thank you, Reese.
I love Reese. I love you, Reese.
We love Reese. So what happened was, y'all, allegedly they're saying Offset has a very bad gambling addiction. We've heard this for the past couple months. He has been seen pretty much almost living at these casinos, Hard Rock. He has been staying so long at these places that he is wearing their clothing. Like they're saying that he's like, when you ran out of clothes, you got to go to the gift shop and like he's wearing the Hard Rock casino. Like he's every day sitting there like smoking cigarettes, taking pictures with fans. And then sometimes he doesn't want to take pictures, so he got an altercation with a fan. But he the day in question, he was seen taking pictures with a lot of fans. And I even seen this, like the people were posting like in real time, and he was still there. And as a celebrity, you cannot post where you are. Like I just don't understand. So he allegedly owes little TJ $10,000. So when little TJ had previously told him, I need my money, run me my money, Offset allegedly told him, get it back in blood.
Oh.
So when you say those things, it's almost like it's on sight. Them is words you can't just say and think like, and they gotta understand these YNs. The OGs gotta realize, remember how you was thinking remember how you was moving when you was a YN. Like they're not thinking straight, their brains aren't developed, they're it's a different generation, they're for the streets, like they are dead in the street. Like the YNs now, like I can tell you, my nephew a YN. Them boys going to jail. Okay, let me tell you, them boys are not nothing to play with. They have no remorse. The street code is not existent to them. They don't care about anything like that. Right. So little TJ got the word that Offset was at the casino. He said, okay, yep. So Offset was allegedly leaving the casino, and little TJ pulled up with some of his associates, some of his gang, and instructed them, and this is on video. So we have the police report of the video that describes what happened. So they said little TJ is pointing out Offset, and his friends run over there, and allegedly they start jumping. They jumping Offset. They jumping them. But guess what? Ooh, Offset winning. They said Offset was winning against them. They said Offset was taking on 3 at 1, and he wasn't doing too bad. They said little TJ jumped in. They said he do. Got little TJ. So they said when he got into it with little TJ's friend decided to shoot Offset, allegedly.
Wow.
So that is so crazy. Hey, Sabrina.
Wow. It's
But
crazy.
yeah,
It's crazy where all this has gone. Like, it's crazy.
so it's just so crazy how that's happening.
It's
So
crazy. What's up, Miss Sabrina? Thank you so much for voting.
thank you. We appreciate it. So they said that when Offset, now the initial statement was he was shot in the butt. They said he got shot in the cheeks. That's what they said. They said he was laid up,
Let me
but
stop.
but there have been reports saying that it was closer to the hip area, so it was no cheekage. No cheekage was harmed, guys. No
Why you say
cheekage.
that?
The cheeks are safe. Okay. For anybody that was worried, I know I might have been a little worried. So the cheeks is safe, but they said he got shot in the hip, and once he got shot, little TJ and his associates tried to run, but were apprehended
I was gonna say
close to
apprehended.
close to the area, and they got little TJ and his friend. They were charged, but now when Offset was asked what happened, they said he was being uncooperative and he was taken to the hospital. And we have pictures of him outside the hospital in his hospital gown,
Smoking a cigarette.
looking
Yeah.
like somebody's grandma. Like, dang, how did I get here? Smoking his cigarette,
Right.
allegedly with his girlfriend and his mom. And then so little TJ got released the next day because um Offset supposedly wasn't cooperative. So all they could charge him with was disorderly conduct and I think like a traffic violation for them trying to get away. And his associate got charged, but we don't know if that's for shooting Offset. We're still kind of trying to figure out if the associate that shot him is being charged, or they said that some of them got away, so the gunmen may have gotten away. But it looks like they're probably not going to figure out what happened because Offset is being uncooperative. So we're going to keep you guys updated on that case. But it's just so crazy that happened. And then when little TJ got out, the first thing he said to the reporters is, "That dude Offset, he's a snitch." Offset looked him dead in his eyes and pointed at him and said, "Officer, that's him that shot me." So he said, "That nigga looked me dead in my eyes and said, that's who shot me. He shot little TJ shot me." Now, for one, why would you implicate yourself? That was very not smart of you coming out the courtroom implicating yourself. And for two, Offset didn't. I mean, it's been seen in the records and stuff that he's not being cooperative. So now Offset had to get on social media and defend himself, which is just keeping it going. So he said, you didn't smack nothing, which means you didn't shoot nothing. Like, or he said, he said, I'm a smack Offset. So Offset was saying, you wasn't the one that did it. You wasn't the one, you just talking mess. So it's going to be interesting to see. But ever since he came out, we've had multiple celebrities come out and say that Offset owes them substantial amounts of money. We had
the one that was complaining about not being able to get interviews last week.
Oh, yes, honey. Yes, little TJ shot Offset over $10,000 that he owed. Offset allegedly has a horrible gambling addiction. And so they said that he would gamble with his friends. He'll gamble on games. He'll gamble on like they'll play different games together. He'll gamble on sports games, anything. And then when he loses, they say he like tries to not pay his debt. He tries to be like, oh, whatever. So there's a football player that said he owes him $8,000. There's another rapper that said he owes him a few thousand. There's another one saying that when they was partying, he was letting him, get chips and he was, I'm gonna pay you back or whatever. And then he just disappeared. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Offset. He had, like I said, he's been seen in the casino almost every week of this year. So I don't know what's going on with that. We've heard of, there's a lot of other people, like they said that Bruno Mars supposedly has a horrible addiction to where that's why he's doing a lot of those casino residencies to pay off his debts. So allegedly. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated on that. And then the last story I have for you guys, it must be the 2000s because T.I. got a song on the radio going #1, and y'all, Tiger Woods is getting another DUI, y'all.
Is it #1?
It's headed there. It's headed there. It's one of the fastest growing singles. So it's supposed to be.
It sounds really stale to me. Like,
really?
It just sounds like, it don't sound like today. It sounds like it just sounds like old T.I. right.
Sabrina. But
it just sounds like old T.I. It don't sound fresh or whatever. To me,
I can see that, but part of me likes that. Part of me likes it. I really like when people stick to their sound, but their sound may not be what's new and fresh. But I think because the world, like all the Gen X kids are really into the 2000s. Like my niece and them are dressing in little sparkly tanks and blue jean skirts and jersey dresses and stuff. Like that stuff is really coming back. Hey Ron.
Ron Leopard.
We love you, Ron. What's
up? Thank you for voting, Ron. Thank you so much. Listen,
thank you.
Vote every day. Vote every day. You can
vote every day, everybody. You guys could vote for Transcending Culture, and don't forget to vote for your hostess with the mostest.
And she's on there for host of the year, category 26.
Yes.
Yeah.
Category 26.
Yeah. Transcending the Culture is category 37, and Cat Queen is category 26 for host of the year. So thank you all so much. Thank y'all for supporting us. Thank you for voting. Listen, it's been a good day. It has been.
A good day, y'all. I loved every bit of this interview. And we'll keep you guys posted on the rest of these news stories.
Absolutely. And today's episode, we are gonna run this again tomorrow, just because we ended up having more guests on the stream today than what we intended, and we didn't fully promote it, given that we got some last minute additions. So we are going to run it again tomorrow. So if you missed it today, obviously you can go on the network and watch it, but we will be running it again tomorrow at showtime, so at 9 p.m. Yeah. But no, listen, thank you, Kat. I know you've been under the weather a little bit, so thank you for coming with the topic that got your tongue. I think the conversation was really, really good today. Shout out to our guests who were on the chat today. And this was really, really good. And make sure you guys go back and watch yesterday's episode too. Tiger Woods, yes, he is.
He's at it again. Did you see the video of him in the back of the car, ladies and gentlemen? He couldn't keep his eyes open. Yes, he was in the back of that car looking crazy. Yeah. And he also was on the phone with the president. So he got Donald Trump on the phone and was trying to get him to talk to the police officers. Like, Daddy, what's that gonna do, Tiger? What's that gonna do? They say he flipped in a ditch. Blood alcohol level through the roof, eyes shot, and allegedly they found some prescriptions pills on him. He has been continuously doing this almost every 10 years. It seemed like he doing this. So that's why I said it feels like the past. Like I'm waiting for his ex-wife to come with the golf clubs. That's what I'm waiting on. Remember when she did that? That was some real that was some good tea back in the day. Ooh, then all them mistresses came out one after another. 1, 2, 3 today, 5 tomorrow. Like, I was like, Tiger, whoa. I wonder if he's still like that. We haven't heard anything lately.
Oh shoot.
I wonder if he's still dating the old girl.
I don't know.
Lindsey Vonn. I know he was dating her. But yeah, Tiger was a mess. He's not a happy man. He always seems to not really be happy within himself, and a lot of that and this is just my opinion, a lot of that I think is just to do with his race. I think he really is ashamed to be who he is, so he just drinks himself into a stupor. I think it's a shame to be so talented. It's one of our we really look up to Tiger, and it just sucks that it just seems like he's just unhappy and really hurting himself. So prayers to him. I hope he finds happiness and healing, and we'll keep you guys posted and figure out what happens with him in this case, and if he's gonna get off with a slap on the wrist this time, because it's been about the 3rd time he's done this. So
we shall see.
So we will catch up with you guys next Wednesday.
Yes. Listen,
With
today's
more
show was really
stories.
amazing. Very, very good stream today. Very dope guests. I appreciate everybody for coming on. I appreciate all the people in the comments. Make sure that you guys continue to support us. Make sure that you subscribe to the network if you have not subscribed already. All these comments that are in there. Listen, we appreciate y'all so much. Make sure that you guys are watching tomorrow. We are going to run today's episode again tomorrow, just for those who did miss it. So you'll be able to catch that. A lot more coming up. Make sure that you guys go to thelegendawards.com and vote for Transcending the Culture as Podcast of the Year and for Cat Queen as Host of the Year. The show goes down April 26th, Sunday, April 26th. What's the last day that they can vote?
I'll have to check.
I mean, you definitely got some time, but you can vote once every day.
You have some time.
And I mean, we're gonna be posting like crazy on social media. We got a lot of new graphics that are gonna be going up in terms of that.
So voting closes next week, Wednesday, April 15th. So you guys have exactly 1 week. So please, if you can, vote every single day, guys. It would mean a lot to me.
Thank you so much,
and
Sabrina,
James
and Ron.
Thank you.
And everybody else on this chat who I know voted too. Kathy, thank you for coming on. Thank you for the amazing comments. Ready Red. I saw a lot of people in the comments, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, we had a lot of our transcenders tonight.
It just dawned on me. I didn't throw the comments up on the screen today.
Oh, that's what was missing.
It just dawned on me. I did not throw the comments up. Look, they up there.
They up there now.
As we get ready to close out. Listen, y'all know I'll be putting my little intros and my little closers together and stuff. Let me pull my closer up. I'm gonna still do my closer.
She said not cheekage.
Got shot in the buttocks.
In the buttocks. Terrible word. Man, he been going down. He done got caught with Selena Powell. He just going down.
Craziness. What you think of this Kanye stuff? Hey, Tip.
Lord, it's someone's birthday today, and I think her name is Tiffany.
No.
Happy birthday to you.
I heard you was all sprawled out on the floor drunk, Tiff.
Don't even lie.
Tiff. I heard you was all sprawled out on the floor drunk. Like, don't even trip. I know you gospel gangster, but like, don't trip. Like it didn't happen.
So she was not. That was me. That was not. Pilt, baby, pilt. You hear me? We had fun at Tiff's party. I'm gonna post tonight some pictures from the all girls sleepover. Yes, we had a nice little girls time. So happy birthday to Tiff. Love you, cuz.
Listen,
girl,
Tiffany sure know how to throw a party. Tiffany need to throw my birthday party this year.
Yes, she do. She got us gifts. I'm like, I ain't used to getting gifts on somebody else's birthday. That's unusual, but I'll take it.
You hear that, Tiffany? You need to be planning my birthday party for this year. You got April, May, June, July. Oh, you got 4 months. You got 4 months to pull it together.
My good cuz. We had a ball.
Look, I'm waiting on a comment back. Don't be talking about no period and with no little heart emojis and that don't happen. I'm serious. And will. That's what I'm talking about. And did. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And between me and you, Tiff, you can have some entertainment there. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, while we on the podcast, but you can have some entertainment there. and you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't be trying to be holy now.
I cannot with y'all. I cannot. A lot of entertainment.
let me see. No, I think that today's episode was really, really dope. I appreciate everybody for you know, getting the comments.
Joining in on the fun.
Yeah, I think that everything went very, very well. I think that our guests were super amazing. Definitely want to have them on. I have always wanted to connect with Daryl Walls, so like it was really dope to have Daryl Walls here on the podcast. And he's one of the ones that I hadn't promoted as being on here because I didn't find out until the last minute that he was coming on. But Tiff, you know who Daryl Walls is, don't you? From the Walls Group. I know she do. Tiffany know all the gospel.
She do. She like, oh, I know exactly
Tiffany
who
know
that is.
all the gospel. So she know all the gospel. But listen, guys. On a serious note, I really do appreciate everybody for coming on to the show tonight. Conversations like what we had here tonight. This is why Transcending the Culture exists. There is so much stuff going on in society, going on in the world right now. The political climate is just a mess. Black history is being erased as we know it, and it takes productions like what is going on with I've Cried the Blues, to really bring a lot of that stuff back. So I think that they are doing a tremendous deed for the culture. This is absolutely what we experienced tonight, and it was not just about the stage play. It was about truth, it was about pain, and it was about resilience. I've Cried the Blues may be set in 1945, but let's keep it all the way gangster. It speaks to right now. It speaks to today. It speaks to everything that's going on in society right now. It speaks to every person who has ever felt like they were overlooked, every person who has ever been told that this is as far as you are going to go. Like you can't go any further. This is it. You are at the top. You are at the ceiling already. And, they still found the strength to push beyond that. That's what the story represents. That's what this cast has delivered, day and day, time and time again. And it's what the culture continues to carry, forward every single day. So to Dennis D. Will Williams and his incredible cast. The cast includes Candace Dillard Bassett, Daryl Walls, Karen Lynette, and Shale Purcell. I feel like I'm saying her last name wrong, but Shale Purcell. That they are an amazing cast. I think that they do an amazing job. It was really awesome having them here on the podcast tonight. Once again, we are going to play this episode again tomorrow for any of you guys who missed it. So you will be able to see it. Of course, it is going to be running on the platform as well, but I think it's imperative to run it again. So it is going to run tomorrow again at I said 9 p.m., but it's going to run at 7 p.m. tomorrow. So you will be able to catch that. But to the cast, we thank them. Thanks for giving us something that does not just entertain, but it continues to move us day in and day out. And to everybody who is watching, everybody who was on the stream tonight, everybody who was in the comments, make sure that you continue to support these types of productions. Continue to support us. Show up, experience it, and make sure that you feel it. Because I do promise you that you will not leave the same way that you came in. You're not going to leave the same way that you came in. So, we appreciate it. And as always, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It's free. It's the best and the easiest way that you can support us. So please, please, please subscribe. Follow us. I am James Grant. She is at Cat Queen. Make sure that you guys follow us. Make sure you stay locked in with what we handle is the same, UGD Podcast Radio. We are bringing you the conversations that matter, the stories that deserve to be heard, and the moments that truly transcend the culture. So we appreciate you guys. We love you. This will run again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can watch it again. And you can always still throw comments and stuff in the box, and we will always see them. We got some more coming back for you guys next week. We'll be back next Wednesday. We may have a couple add-ons kind of throughout the week and on various days, as we get some things approved. But we have reached out to a barrage of talent. So, we are going to have a lot more streams coming up now. A lot of events are coming up. The Atlanta Women's Conference is coming up at the end of May. So we are looking at going down there and covering that, which is going to connect us with a lot of reality stars and a lot of different celebrities and whatnot, who I know would love to get on the platform, because a lot of times some of the same people are there. So, you know, we're looking at doing that. Cincinnati Music Fest is coming up in July. You know, we are looking at going down and covering that, and there's going to be a ton of people there. Mary J, Fantasia, a whole lot of people. So, cousin Fantasia. So we will, you know, look at covering that and doing some things. And let's see, Eric Roberson was here on the platform last week, so you guys can always and watch that again as well. We're gonna start getting some real shorts and clips and stuff up, because I was gonna tell you, Kat, I actually went through and I cleared out the storage, so we got room. We're gonna start doing our clips and stuff for us now. So, you know, that's a good thing. That is about it. That's all. We appreciate you guys. Once again, make sure that you follow us. I am James Grant at Cat Queen. Make sure that you follow the podcast network at UGD Podcast Radio. We are obviously on Instagram, on X, YouTube, of course. Make sure you subscribe. We're on Twitch as well, so we're gonna start using Twitch a little bit more as well. And TikTok is I am James Grant, and I know you're on TikTok as well.
Yes, Catty Cakes.
Catty Cakes.
Or if you type Cat Queen, I'll pop up as well. So.
And we gonna keep you posted on this party that Tip gonna be playing at. Ooh, shoot. Okay.
Party over here, ain't nothing over there.
All right, y'all. That's all I got. What? Oh
Bye.
My God. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to us, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.